Hello, everybody. My name is Ruham Manzoor, and I'm the managing partner of Maces. Welcome to another episode of Study Abroad with Maces. Today's episode is actually extremely important because today's episode is our first partnership with a Japanese university. So before that, I had no experience about students going to Japan, or how do they do it, or what are the opportunities that they face. But then APU came to Bangladesh, and they contacted us, and we started our partnership. And after our first student went, they had such great things to say about APU and the Japanese experience. We got very encouraged, and that was about 11 years ago. And right now, we have more than 1,000 students in Japan, and a significant portion of them are in APU. So I'm really, really excited to bring together a great group of people from APU. So we have Mr. Leon Wong, who is an admissions officer at APU, helping students with their admissions. We have Maliha, who is a third year student at APS, which is their social studies program. So she's going to talk a little bit about that. And we have Fatin, who is a third year student at APM, which is their business school. So they have it's a great group because you're gonna get to cover both the majors and a little bit about your experiences. So without any further ado, I'm gonna ask some questions. How's the weather in Japan right now?
Oh, I think I'm the only one in Japan. It's bad. Like
All
it's
right.
bad. Like the typhoon just hit us, and now it's a little bit like humid and
Yeah.
windy. But now probably like not a good weather
Uh,
to visit Japan. But usually Japan has a very nice weather and the
yeah.
four
In
seasons. So
general, so
in general,
I'm based in Toronto, and right now, it's already getting towards the low single digits, and it's gonna be freezing very, very soon. So give me a typhoon any day. But anyway, uh, Maliha, you wanna introduce? Where are you now, based right now?
Hello everyone, I'm Maliha, and right now I'm actually visiting Bangladesh. I will be going back to Japan really soon, so yeah, nice to meet you guys.
And Fatin?
Hello, guys. I'm Fatin, and I'm also currently visiting Bangladesh. Like I came to visit after 1 year and 8 months. So also like Maliha, very soon I'll be going back to Japan. So it's very nice to see you all. Thank you.
How do we want to do this is jointly, Maliha, Fatin, and Leon are going to give a presentation. And then we have our audience. They will be asking questions, and if they don't have any questions, if you've been very comprehensive in your thing, then I might ask some additional questions which may come up later on, and then we'll call it a day. And then of course we'll invite people to come in and make their applications. So who wants to start? Should I share the presentation here, or you want to do it, Malia?
I can share the screen.
Excellent. So Maliha will be the primary presenter today, and the MC, going back and forth between Fatin and Leon and everybody. Here we go.
Here we go. So, hello everyone, this is Maliha, and thank you for joining this webinar today. At APU, we pride ourselves in our globalized student body, faculty, and curriculum. Now we have redeveloped our learning environment to benefit our evolving student body. So, today we are going to talk a little bit about that. Fatin, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Thank you, Maliha. So as you can see, my name, I'm Fatin. Currently, I'm a third year, second semester student of College of International Management, or which is also known as APM. And yeah, that's all about me. And my major, like I haven't chosen my major in APU. You have an option to choose your major later. We'll talk about that in details later. But yeah, that's all about me. Waliha, over to you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Fatin. So, as I said, my name is Maliha, and I'm also a third year student. I'm studying in the College of Asia Pacific Studies. My major is going to be International Relations and Peace Studies, and I'm really glad to see you guys today here. Fatin, do you want to continue?
Okay. So, firstly, in APU, we have a total students of 5,516 from 95 countries and regions. And the out of all the 5,516 students, 46% of them are international students, which in Japan, out of all the international students, is the highest number of percentage you can find. So that are very great numbers. And so around half of the students are from other countries, and the other half are Japanese. So you have a very good opportunity to meet and network with friends from different cultural backgrounds. Also, on the other hand, from the faculties, 49% of them are international faculties, where you have professors from Thailand, China, from North America, from South America, from even Bangladesh as well. So in APU, we have this diverse multicultural student and faculty background, and it's a very good opportunity for you guys.
Yes, I know it is really impressive, right? So now we're going to move on to talk about the colleges in APU. We have three colleges. The first one is College of International Management that Fatin talked about. Second is College of Asia Pacific Studies, and the third one is College of Sustainability and Tourism, which is the new college, and it's really exciting.
So
Fatin, over
firstly,
to you.
okay. So firstly, I will talk about College of International Management because I'm a student of APM. Next slide, please. So, College of International Management. In my curriculum, there was like in the new curriculum, there's accounting and finance, strategic management and leadership, marketing. However, in 2017 curriculum, that is the curriculum which I am in, there was innovation and economics. However, it changed. From 2023, the new areas of study will be entrepreneurship and operations, while economics will be a subject of the social sciences, which Maliha will explain later. Next slide, please. So, if you want to learn through practical skills, co curricular activities, and international experience, and through practical knowledge, I think APM, the courses provided by APM, is for you. Like for myself, I have learned a lot about business through my seminars, through by interacting with professors both personally and in classes, and also through internships as well. Next slide, please. So in APU, we have this concept of LEAP. That is, L is for lead business with strategic management and organization. E is for engage business with marketing. A is for appreciate business with accounting and finance. And finally, P is where you get rich, pioneer business with entrepreneurship and operations management. You can become the next Jeff Bezos. I hope so. Okay, next slide, please. So it's College of Asia Pacific Studies by Maliha.
Okay, so now we are going to talk about the College of Asia Pacific Studies. So, what is this college about? So, this college is going to include three majors. One is going to be global economy, where we will deep dive into the world economic system and economic policies. We have culture, society, and media, which will help you learn about sociology and its correlations to media. And lastly, we have international relations, which I am majoring in right now. This major focuses on the intricacies of political science, global issues, and international law. So basically, in order to maximize learning in international relations, CSM, culture, society, and media, and global economy, APS offers four modes of learning, which are called focus, diffusion, expedition, and practice. While focusing on the basic understanding of the area on the area of studies, you can diffuse in exchange programs and then field studies. You can also expedite into global off-campus learning programs and practice practical skills with extracurricular activities. So choose APS if you want to know about global development and coexistence from the perspective of the Asia Pacific region, with an eye on the next generation. So next we have the new exciting college, which is called the College of Sustainability and Tourism. So APS and APM has set the foundation of APU with their variety of subjects and areas of study, guiding us university students who find and follow our own path. However, a very special thing that is only available for from your application year, which is going to be the 2023 application, is a brand new college named Sustainability and Tourism. Please keep in mind that the name of the college is subject to change, but the new college is also going to have a new building that is under construction right now in the APU campus. So that is really, really exciting. So with the students coming from more than 95 countries and regions, we have a very diverse multicultural environment right here in APU. Nowadays, I'm quite sure that you guys have all heard of the word globalization or global citizenship, which accelerate globalization. Um, there will be higher mobility of people, emphasizing the importance of resource growth. Besides great benefits, we also have witnessed several threats of pollution over tourism and issues of sustainability. Coming to APU, fresh out of high school, you are welcome to a global learning community that inspires you to shape your own world. So, what exactly are the areas of study in APU going to offer in the new college? From environmental studies to resource management or even data science and information system, you can explore and develop your potential to the fullest, and you can be ready to be a global citizen. So, to give you a closer look, we have also prepared the curriculum of the sustainability and tourism. Please keep in mind that at least 5 subjects equal to 10 credits are required for this major. So, if you want to realize local community, reinvent tourism, and work in sustainability to change the world, then College of Sustainability and Tourism is going to be perfect for you. Next, I am going to hand over to Fatin again.
So one very fun thing about APU, it's that as a university, APU does not only focus on your academics, but it also focuses on your life skills, on networking, basically on an overall all-round development of any individual student. So in APU, you have a lot of opportunities for off-campus programs, student clubs, and various events. So if I talk about off-campus programs, there are like exchange programs, internships, and field studies. So in exchange, I have a few friends who went for exchange programs in quite a few countries, and I see their stories. They're having a lot of fun. Maliha also sees that. And in case of internships, for presently I am doing an internship in a company called Intage India. So Intage is a Japanese market research company, and I'm doing internship in their Indian subsidiary as a market research intern. So from there, I'm learning the basics of market research. And then there are a lot of student clubs as well, and like the APU MUN club, the APU English Debate Club. There's also a sports club like APU Cricket Club as well. And these clubs are headed by Bangladeshi students. And also regarding events, there are a lot of campus festivals due to coronavirus. For initial 2 years, me and Maliha, we had the unfortunate luck not to be able to participate in a lot of them, but slowly campus is opening and multicultural weeks are coming back. Recently there was Thai week. Next semester there will be Indonesian week and Korean week. Next year there will be Chinese week as well. And also there's another event called Tengkusai Festival where the students, APU students and the Beppu city community together, they come together to campus, they have their stalls, they sell food or maybe merchandise from their own country. There are some dance events, musical events showcasing their own culture. So that is all about the student life at APU in short. And for personal of our student life, we will discuss about that later. Next slide, please.
I
So,
think,
Mali,
yeah.
can tell about the exchange program.
Yes, I think Fatin talked a little bit about the exchange programs. So, APU is partnered with 155 institutions in about 45 countries. So, in this exchange program, it's about 6 months to 1 year long. You get to study in a different country, different city for 6 months to 1 year, which is a great opportunity. The fun thing about that is that the tuition fee is going to be the same, but you have to pay for the travel fees and then accommodation fees when you go to exchange programs. So this is a really great opportunity as APU does have partner universities. And as Fatin said, we do have a lot of friends going there and they have a lot of fun. They learn a lot. So I think it's a really fulfilling experience. And next, we also have double degree programs. In these double degree programs, you get to study in two universities, and you get to do your half of the degree in APU and half of the degree in another university in USA, France, or Austria, depending on your college. So it is also a great opportunity for you to study in two different universities and learn so much from the people and the place itself. So yeah, there's that. And we also offer some field studies. APU also has offered in the past field studies that were conducted by United Nations, UNTWO in Madrid, media studies in Slovakia, social entrepreneurships in Tokyo, sustainability studies in Nagano. So the thing about APU is that you don't just get to study in a class listening to a lecture that we're really used to. That gets really boring really soon. So I think in APU, they really focus on the experience itself. What do you do outside of the classroom and what do you learn from there? So yeah, it is all really exciting. Next, we are going to talk about accommodation. One thing that you guys are really waiting for, I think. So, now that we have learned about academics and then extracurriculars and exchange programs, we are going to talk about where you are actually going to live when you come to APU. So, when you first came to APU as an international student, the first year you're going to spend in AP House. So, in AP House, we have three AP houses. Two of them are on campus, and one of them is actually being built right now. It is a new AP house. So the international students are guaranteed their first year to live in AP house, and you can actually move out sooner than 1 year, but you have to attend an interview for that. But yeah, in AP house you can make so many friends because that is where you meet your lifelong friends when you first come to Japan. And you can join events that are conducted by the resident assistants of AP House. And you will also have Japanese floor mates whom will actually really help you to study Japanese, because studying Japanese is one of the most important things that you are going to learn when you first come to Japan. And after your first year, you can move to downtown apartments. From second year, you will have more privacy there. It's in Beppu City, which is a beautiful city, and you can have shared rent and utilities, which is going to be more beneficial for you economically. So let's talk about AP House a little bit. It is a really fun topic for me. AP House 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 is situated 10 minutes walk distance away from the campus. The rent for this is 50,000 Japanese yen per month, and it is available for all international students to live there. And the other one is the new AP House, where it is still being built in on campus. So if you walk out of the new AP house, you'll have your campus. You don't even have to walk, which is amazing. We didn't get that, so we're kind of jealous. But yeah, so the designated application period for the new AP house is going to be September 21st for the April enrollment students, and it is going to be December 14th, 2022 for the September enrollment students. Yes. So now Fatin is going to talk about the Beppu city a little bit.
Oh my God, I miss Beppu right now. Look at that picture. So one thing about Beppu City, it's a beautiful city. Like these sceneries that you're seeing in the picture, we can see it in real life, and it never gets old. And one good like another fun thing about living in the Beppu City, it's like you live in a society where it's a mixture of international students and Japanese people as well. So like unlike AP House, you have a bit more freedom. However, unlike AP House, you also have to think about the Japanese people who are living around you as well, because Beppu in the residents of Beppu are mostly elderly and retired people. So you have to be a bit careful depending on the area or on the apartment or the building that you live in. So in Beppu City, there are several houses like with one rooms, two rooms, or three rooms. For me, I live in a three-room apartment with two of my other Bangladeshi friends, and it's very fun. Like we go out, and it's kind of fun. And also, if you want to know like the details of the apartments and rent and how much it might cost you, what you can do is in the admissions blog website, I have personally written two blogs. One is about the accommodation, and one is about the other living cost in downtown, like food and transportation. You can check that blog out in the admissions website for for the details. And another fun fact about Beppu is it is the largest onsen town in Japan, and it is the second largest onsen town in the world. Like it has the second most onsens around the world. Only the first one is the Salt Lake City in Utah in USA, and like the onsens or hot springs are so nice and they're so cheap. Like maybe after a tough day at work, or maybe after dealing a tough day with Leon here, our admissions officer, I just want to go to the hot springs and relax for the day, and like let the hot water sink in. And it's very cheap. In Tokyo it takes about 1200, 1500 yen, which is not natural, but in Beppu it's 500, 3 to 500 yen, which is actually very cheap. So that's all about Beppu City. So next up, it's the language classes.
Just to put it in perspective, on an average, students who work part time get around anywhere between 800 to 1200 or sometimes even 1500 yen per hour. So you're talking about roughly half an hour of work only for a great session in an onsen.
Yeah, and there are some part times where you get paid over 1,000. It depends on your Japanese level. We'll come to that later. So yeah, now regarding language class. Oh yeah, not later. Now we are here. So language. One another very like different or very great thing about APU is that you can say, like as an international student, you might be on English basis. However, you have to have 1 year worth of compulsory Japanese education. So 1 year worth is foundation one, two, three. Foundation one, two, three are finished within one semester, and intermediate Japanese is one semester. So that's the compulsory level of Japanese language learning that you have to take. And the rest, like pre-advanced Japanese, advanced Japanese, career Japanese, business Japanese, that's elective. However, if you want to work in Japan, it's mostly recommended that you finish till advanced or career Japanese. So since I want to work in Japan, I have finished till advanced Japanese last semester. So for the next semester, I'm taking a break, and from 2023 spring, I plan to take career Japanese because like I want to apply to some big good Japanese companies, and it's actually very helpful and necessary. Also, APU provides you with some English courses as well, like advanced English or uh, upper intermediate English. If you want to further improve your English, there's also business English, English for media as well, where you learn how to read the marketing, different marketing languages of companies, or how to discern from which is the correct information in the newspapers as well, which is actually helpful for a lot of APM or APS students who want to work maybe in North America or Australia. And there are also some other Asia Pacific languages provided as well, like Chinese, which is at present, which is the number one most spoken language in the world, and is very important. Then there's Spanish, Indonesian, and Malay, Thai, Korean, Vietnamese. I know a lot of you like K dramas, so Korean might be a very good opportunity for you to understand Korean culture better. And so, and also this semester as well, I have noticed that there are two new languages under the name of languages of the United Nations. One is Arabic and another is French. So you can also learn Arabic and French, and maybe if you want to work in the Middle East, or you want to work in Europe, Spanish or French might be your thing. So that's all about the language classes for undergrad students.
Okay, thank you, Fatin. So now we're going to move on to the scholarships, the burning topic that everyone asks about. So APU provides APU Tuition Reduction Scholarship. So we should keep it in mind that APU doesn't provide full free scholarships. It only provides scholarships on the tuition fees, which is the Tuition Reduction Scholarship, which can be applied upon your acceptance to APU, and the reduction range it ranges from 30% to 100%, meaning that the entirety of your tuition fees can be deducted if you do put an effort into your application. And another good news is that nearly 90% of students get accepted for it, and applicants are awarded this scholarship. So make sure you put your 100% into your application itself, because this scholarship would last you for 4 years. So it is really, really important to keep that in mind, that you really focus on your application essays and what you put into it.
Also, regarding, I want to add one more thing. In APU, the students have an opportunity to receive external scholarships as well. So currently I'm studying on an 80% tuition reduction scholarship. I think Maliha as well, 80%, if I'm not wrong. And then
65%.
Oh, 65%. Okay.
Yeah.
So Mani has 65 and I'm studying on 80%. However, like sometimes the rest 20%, it becomes a bit difficult for us Bangladeshis as well. And the rest 35 or 20%. Then what you can do is, if you learn Japanese very well, you can apply for a lot of external scholarships, right? Currently, I am a JEES life insurance scholar. So I receive a scholarship worth of 100,000 yen every month, which in Bangladeshi taka it's 70,000 taka per month, or or around $1,000, 900 to 1,000 USD. So, and I will get this scholarship for 2 years. So, like usually the scholarships that you apply through APU first, you write essays in English and one in Japanese. So, and after that, you get selected for APU screening. In APU screening, the interview will be in English, half in English, half in Japanese, and then you will be, and then after you're selected by APU, you'll be dealt by the scholarship foundation. With the foundation, everything will be in Japanese. So, if your Japanese skill is not good, you won't be able to receive this external scholarship. So that's why you should focus on doing, like if you want to get these external scholarships, you should focus on your Japanese as well.
Yes, thank you so much, Fatin, for sharing your experience. So, guys, you guys really need to focus on your Japanese. And yeah, I think I will hand it over to Leon next.
Yes, thank you so much, Maliha and Fatin. Thank you so much for the interesting presentation. So from now on, I'm gonna explain a little bit, very boring but super important, about the application requirement, and I try to make it short because please contact Macy's. They are the expert. We have been partnered with them. They are the expert, like about how to apply. But I want to add on a few things very important about on Fatin and Maliha has just mentioned. First, Japanese is so important. Okay, if you want to work in Japan or survive in Japan, you need Japanese. But you do not need to understand any Japanese to apply for us. Okay. However, after you come to APU, you will be like Maliha and Fatin, like the first semester, every day Japanese. It's not easy, but because you guys still so young, you guys can definitely do it. And most student, if they doing well for the first or second semester, usually they will continue like improving their Japanese until by the time they graduate. But very important, please listen to 14 just mentioned. If you want to stay in Japan, Japanese is necessary. Okay, and also part time. Fatin also, and maybe Maliha just mentioned like uh it's about like 822 yen to 1200 yen. It depends on your Japanese level. Okay, so if you have a very decent Japanese level, maybe you can find some better job off campus. For example, English teacher, like that. But if your Japanese level is low, or maybe you still just come to Japan, maybe working at a restaurant or like on campus would be ideal for you. But please, for your first 2 semester, please focus on your Japanese. Okay, and
And so with the as you learn Japanese, you become more confident, you can go out in the world, and when you work or get these part-time jobs and you practice, those are really good opportunities, not only to earn money but also to make your Japanese skill better, like Japanese language better, and to interact with Japanese better. So it's highly encouraged for students, and I think most students seek it out to pay for some of their living expenses and things like that.
yes, definitely. And of course, we do have a limitation. Okay, student, you can only work up to 28 hours per week during the semester. Okay, no more than that. Not even 30 seconds. Okay, and during the holidays, you can work as a full time, 40 hours per week, and no more than that. Okay, everything over, even 1 second over, will be illegal. Okay, and secondly, I just want to add on what Fatin just mentioned earlier about the scholarship. Okay, to be very honest to you, okay, 65, 80% is not easy. Okay, it's they're really good. That's why they got like 65 or 80. It's not like, oh, I'm probably gonna get. So please spend time on your application, prepare for the interview, and even on that assessment. And please consult with Macy's. They are the expert. But I can give you a very positive number here. Okay, 91%, about 90% of our accepted applicant, only international students. Okay, not including domestic, not including Japanese student. They have some sort of like scholarship from 30% to 100%. But again, I'm not gonna lie to you, 65, 80, 100% are very competitive. Okay, but if you prepare, there's a high chance you're gonna get it.
And just to give a guideline, it's not just so when they the best thing about APU is they're a very holistic university, as in they're not looking at one particular thing, they look at the entire student. So your academics are important, your English is important, your essay is important, your interview is important. So all those things together make the scholarship package. So it's not like one will be important, but of course if we were to weight it down, probably academics play an important role and your interview, but there is no particular thing. I have had students who had C's and D's in their A levels, but really great extracurricular activities. They were very confident and were able to project themselves and got 80%, 100. Yeah, one student even got 100%, like in that background. But then we have had very good students, but was not very good at the interview, didn't make 100%, maybe 65% or something like that. So it really depends on the whole package and not just one.
Roham-san, thank you so much for brought it up. Like we are not just diversified in nationality. Okay, we have student like Fatin, super active. And we have other student maybe like Maliha focus on student life a little bit, private student life, and we also have student really focus on academic. So we are diversified not just in nationality but personality. And I think that's the reason why so many students they come to APU and they develop that kind of international perspective. I think it's
Leon,
very interesting.
can I say about one specific
Definitely,
senior
yes,
student?
yes, yep.
So there's one senior, so I think Leon, Maliha also knows about it. His name is Borshon Shafi. He's a Bangladeshi student as well. So he is one student who has been like excellent in his academic field and also very good in his extracurricular field as well. He for 6 semesters he got straight CGPA 4 and like he also applied to other universities outside. I don't know what's regarding for masters, but he also got scholarships. He also did part-time jobs. He also did other stuff, but he has been getting straight CGPA 4. So that's one student who focuses on student life, on your academics. You can do good as well.
Oh, Maliha, we are running out a little bit out of time. Can you move to the next slide? Maybe I would just simply like, oh, okay. Application is very straightforward. Again, please contact Macy's. They're the expert. First stage online application. Everything can be done online. The second one will be the online assessment. And the application fee will be about like I would say $45. The Japanese yen is getting cheaper. And the last part, if you're gonna apply for the scholarship, and I don't see the reason why you don't apply, please apply. And there will be online interview, and you will be interviewed by two people from my office, very nice people. And I don't know what kind of question, but I can give you. I always advise my student, the more you know about APU, the better you can do. Okay, make sure like you are not doing that just for us. You want to make sure you come to APU, come to Japan, you know that's the school you want, right? You don't want to spend so much money and energy after you come to Japan. You find, oh, AP is not the place you want. So spend time, do the research, and always consult with Macy's. Again, they know the best about APU. And I think the next slide, what do you have? And next, yeah, I think I will stop right here. Roham, how about we can go straight to Q&A?
That's great. So what I'll do is I'm going to make us full screen. That way, it gives us a better opportunity to talk. So first of all, just to summarize, um, we have when students from Bangladesh, when they look at going abroad, the primary destination nowadays is they want to go to Canada, they want to go to, US was the traditional one, and UK as well. So Canada has been a big draw because of immigration and things like that. So students from Bangladesh, when they look to go abroad, they look at, they want to have a great environment of studies. They want, if possible, career opportunities after their studies, and possibly immigration. They want safety and security. But the challenge of studying abroad is that it's expensive. It is, a very expensive course of action, and many universities, even in the US or wherever, they have challenges in the sense that they're not, while they're good, they might fulfill some of these areas, but a lot of times you don't know the standard of studies or what kind of life you have. So people, maybe they take up a course of study in Canada where it's expensive. They work a lot to pay for their living expenses, but um, they're not able to really make a dent in their tuition fees. And so they're always struggling and stressed. What I want to stress is, again, it's not for everybody. APU is not for everybody. So, you have to do your research. You have to talk to students, and you can approach us. We can connect you with previous students, and you can see whether you're a good fit or not. But if you keep your option open, APU is an amazing place because, number one, it offers a great education. There are 6 Nobel laureates in the Academic Advisory Board. Um, I have been sending so many students to Japan, and for APU, on an average, students get 2 to 5 job offers before they graduate. So before they're out of university, they have job offers, and not only job offers, 2 to 5 job offers in their hand. This is very uncommon. Like, look, I went to school in the US. I studied finance and economics. I think I interviewed with 20 different companies, and I went to the last level before I got one job where they were willing to sponsor my H1, which is basically the work visa that I would need to stay on after my OPT. So APU offers a great opportunity for students in that career front. You want immigration? After 5, 6 years of working in AP, after you've graduated, you can apply and actually become a citizen. After 10 years, you can apply for a permanent residency as well. So all those opportunities are available to you. But again, the challenge, right? The cost of education is so high. If you study in North South, for example, that's the number one private university in Bangladesh, you're looking at almost 3.5 lakhs per month, which is, if you got a 65% scholarship, that's how much you would pay in North South. But you get so much more in today's world. You need you need to interact with people from all over the world. You need a diversified experience. You need to be part of a global village, and APU gives you that. Students from 95 countries are studying there. There are countries like I never heard of, Burkina Faso. These students are coming to APU. You will meet students from literally every corner of the globe, and that tremendously increases your outlook on life, on where you stand. So you become, you've just met Fatin and Maliha. I am so proud of you guys. You're third year students. You're so confident, so free. You're giving a presentation better than most. We deal with a lot of university reps. Your presentation is better than most university reps out there, and you're just in your third year. And that's what APU does. It really shapes you. And there are so many. I have like the hair on my hands are because it really is a great privilege to work for a university which makes such a great difference in students' lives. And it's not like I have got one or two students who have experienced this difference. Otherwise, we would have a different conversation. I have hundreds who are, whose whole life changed because of APU. And I thank APU for that. And which is why, a lot of times when students come to talk to me, I'm like always, singing songs of praise about APU. And a lot of times students are like, oh my God, this guy is talking about Japan too much. But, again, I can't help it because really it's been so great. So, sorry, I have talked a lot. Now, if you want to apply, as Maliha said, the deadline for application for April is, Maliha, September...
until
21st.
October 12th.
October 12th. So you have about 3 weeks left for April. So your options are open. So people who have done their HSCs or given their A-levels, their results came out, you can apply. For people who want to apply to the September session, for those people who are going to give their A-levels next year, the deadline is December...
Oh, no, sorry. Actually, it's already open and until all the way to March 22nd, 2023.
March 22nd, 2023.
Yes.
I apologize. I just
Wow.
wanted to make sure that everybody's listening.
Please apply earlier.
Yeah.
Get a
So
chance to
that's the
get a
thing. There are
Yes.
every month or second month there is a deadline, application deadline, which has like an entire application cycle. So take advantage. Before the scholarships run out, apply as much ahead as possible. Now, onto the Maliha.
Yes, I'm going to clarify one thing about the application schedule. I think we got confused with the AP House application with this one.
Right.
So basically, AP House is actually also offering scholarships right now. You can get up to 11 months of free rent in AP House. And for that specific scholarship, the deadline is going to be September 21st for April enrollment. But if you are applying for the College of Sustainability and Tourism, it's going to be later. It's not September 21st. And for the September enrollment, it's going to be December 14th. So keep in mind that this is different. This is AP House scholarship, and that one is tuition reduction scholarship.
Thank you, Maria, for the clarification. I was about to mess things up a little bit. So the application deadline is October 12th for April. So application as in admissions applications if you want to study in APU, and March 27th for September. But for housing scholarship application, the deadline is September 21st. So those of you who already have the offer, go ahead and apply. And then December 12th for the September. 13th for the 14th. September.
Yeah.
September application. So the first student, does APU accept students who have UK foundation degrees? So actually, I think what she means is foundation program. So many students from Bangladesh, if they have HSCs and they want to study in UK, they have a foundation program that they go to, or they have maybe given their O levels, and then instead of giving their A levels, they go into a foundation program. So the question is, does APU accept students from foundation background in the UK?
Leon, do you want to answer that question?
Oh, sure, definitely. As long as
Thank
you fulfill that 12-year education background. Okay, this 12-year education background is requested by Japan government. So if you want to come to Japan as a university student, any school, you need to fulfill that. Okay, so yes, we do accept the UK foundation degree, but we need a little bit more details to see. For example, do you need a English exam? Maybe in addition to apply for APU. If we got more details, I can give you a more solid answer. But I would say yes, we do accept the UK foundation degree. Okay, as long as you finish 12-year education in Bangladesh and you are eligible, you will be eligible to apply for APU.
Wonderful. Fatin, I see you're already answering in our streams, but the whole point is so that we can take it out into this conversation, so that general, and of course we'll talk to those students as well. Can a student apply for your IT course from a business background? Is it mandatory to have a science background?
So if I answer to that, like as a business student, like there is like in APU, there's no like specific IT major. It's a business school and a social science school. However, there are IT courses provided to students from APM or APS. It doesn't, and you don't have to be from a science background. If you are studying as, if for example, your target is to major in marketing, but you want to have some IT knowledge as well, so you can apply for programming courses offered by APU, or computer literacy, introduction to internet, then internet integration and technological integration courses are provided, as well as liberal arts courses. So if you prefer those courses, you can take those during course registration, but there is no specific IT major in APU.
Okay, so nothing to add there. The other question that came is, can I get a decent scholarship with a Duolingo score, or IELTS is needed?
Oh, I would love to answer this question. Yes. Okay. But a little bit different. Okay. If you're gonna submit Duolingo exam, you have to do one additional step. Okay. You also have to ask your English teacher to sign a English evaluation form with Duolingo. Okay. For student who set for example TOEFL or IELTS, then they don't need that evaluation form. But for the student, if they're gonna submit Duolingo as the English requirement, then they will also have to submit that English evaluation form by English teacher. Cannot be a math teacher. Okay.
So Amrin, just to clarify, if you look at the application package for APU, we will provide that to you when you come to our office. They have a form called English Proficiency Evaluation Form. So if you're giving IELTS or PTE, any of the standardized tests, then that form is not required, because the test results itself is a kind of a determinant of what your English level is. With Duolingo, I think it falls slightly shorter in the standardized realm. So in that case, you also, in addition to that, need the English proficiency evaluation. But as Leon said, it has to be done by an English teacher, somebody who literally taught you English. Now,
Sorry, can I add just one thing?
Yes.
I just saw like 14 reply the message about Duolingo. Actually, he gave a really good advice. Okay, for example, if you're gonna apply for exchange, okay, maybe the second or the third semester. Sometimes some school they only accept IELTS. They don't accept Duolingo. So these kind of tiny things, maybe if possible, please take the traditional exam, TOEFL or IELTS. So you don't have to maybe in the future to retake the
That's a
English
very
exam.
good point because APU offers, I think you have almost 180 or partners across the world with different universities where students can go and do their second or third year or semester. We have students who went to Simon Fraser University. We have students who went to University of Copenhagen, had a great time. So, they do that. Now, in some countries like UK, if you want to go on as an exchange student, you'll need a student visa. And for the student visa, a lot of times they will need, like the universities will ask you for an IELTS, and they might not accept a Duolingo in that case. For most students, I mean, if you're going to stay in Japan, obviously you don't need, you can very much give Duolingo. We understand that, sometimes it's very convenient. You can give it from your home without having to go to any centers. But again, you need to be aware of that. Now, as you have already seen, I mean, this is a great opportunity for students. We love to encourage you to apply. MACES, we've been working with APU for more than 11 years now. We are, I think, one of the best ambassadors for APU. We would really encourage you to come to any of our offices. We have an office in Navana Tower in Gulshan. We have an office in Green City Square in Dhanmondi. We have an office in Sylhet. So we're accessible. We're opening new offices in other cities as well. Stay tuned. You can reach out to us by phone. You can call us at 017-5566-0012. You can email us at mail@macesbd.com. You can reach out to us on Facebook. You can reach out to us by our website. So there are many avenues open in today's global world. So please do get in touch with us. We would love to help you with your application to APU. Now, I'm going to ask Fatin. I mean, obviously, you've got a blog. That's the end of our questions from our audience. But I wanted to ask you a question. Now, in terms of congratulations on receiving that 100,000 per month scholarship. I think that's a really good. It goes to show that you're a dedicated student. So, part of that is. How much of that do you spend on your living expenses? Because you still have savings from that, right?
So I also do part-time job as well.
Oh,
So
wow.
I do part-time job both on campus and off campus. So on campus, I'm a teaching assistant. I have done teaching assistant for some courses like Global Leadership and Sustainable Development Program, which is a program with APU's partner universities in Hong Kong and Thailand as well. I've been a teaching assistant for that, and also English teaching assistant for Japanese students. So from there, I received maybe 10,000 yen a month, and then from my part times in during like vacations, I can earn up to maybe 170,000, 160,000 yen, and during semester it's 80 to 90,000 yen depending on which job I
So
do. Like off,
basically, what you're telling me is your earning is approximately close to 160 to 200,000 yen during semester, and more than 200,000 during summer. Um,
during
oh, summer
during
there, the TA is not there, so you have the other one.
no
So
during,
most students, I mean, just to give you a perspective, most people who graduate from Bangladeshi universities and join local companies, their earning is less than 25 to 30,000 yen. I mean, equivalent in yen per month. So you are earning about 6, 7 times more than most people who have finished their studies and are working in jobs. So yeah,
yeah, my part time and
congratulations on that.
thank you. So
Malia, I wanted to ask you because I think student life is very, very important. A lot of times we forget. I mean, obviously, studies are important as well, but this is the last. This is the last time of your lives before you know, you can actually do whatever you want. After that, it's just work and responsibility full time and all that. So tell me about your student life. What do you do for fun?
Yeah, so basically, student life in APU is really interesting because APU provides a lot of opportunities for you to gain. So basically, in my first year, we didn't have any kind of activity going on in the campus because it was COVID time. But APU really, really fast, they like turn the situation around basically. And when I was in my third semester, I became a resident assistant in the AP house, and I was a resident assistant for a year. And that really changed my life because before that, I used to be a really introverted person. But when I went there and I had to really open myself up to new people because I had to meet new people every single day, right? I had to support them, not just meet them. I had to say hi to people that I didn't even know every single day in my life. So that was a really, really unique experience. And also in the RA, resident assistants, so we call them RAs. So in the RA community, we do a lot of events. So I also learned a lot of event management skills, leadership skills, a lot of it there. So that was a very fulfilling 1 year for me. And after that, when I moved to downtown last semester, I started doing a lot of TAs, teaching assistants. As Fatin said before, I have done TAs for English classes for Japanese students. I've done TAs for English writing teaching assistant. And also, I'm doing an internship in the admissions office, international admissions office of APU right now with Leon. So I think if you engage yourself as much as possible with these kind of opportunities that APU provides you, then you can have a very fulfilling student life.
You hit on some really really great points. I think it's not there's APU creates these opportunities for you to have a great time. I've had students who have met the mayor, the prime minister. I mean, APU students, Bangladeshi students from APU who have met them. Dr. Yunus, who's also on the academic advisory board, I believe, of Ritsumeikan Trust. So it is great to have those kinds of exposure. Thank you so much for providing all this information. I'm sure our students who have listened in and will continue to listen it as it stays in perpetuity will be able to reach out to us get their selves onto the APU train ride. One thing is we also encourage once you reach out to us, we'll connect you with previous students like Maliha who can share their experiences with you or give you advice. If you have any specific questions, they can become great mentors. I know over the years, many of my students provided excellent mentorship, and I'm sure one of the reasons Fatin is doing the great things and Maliha is doing all those is because of their seniors who have provided them that guidance. So I think that is really, really important as well. Any lasting words of advice or anything, Leon, Maliha, Fatin? Perhaps we can start with Maliha and then Fatin and then Leon.
Okay, then I would suggest you guys to really look into APU because I think I have actually a lot of friends here in Bangladesh who are studying in private universities, and whenever I look at their student life, it doesn't really even come close to what we get to experience in APU, and they're actually spending more money than we are because we get to do a lot of part-time jobs and stuff like that. So financially, it's also been beneficial for you to move to Japan. And I would suggest you guys to really focus on your applications because sometimes people do it at the last minute and sometimes they regret. And I understand that. But this scholarship would last you for 4 years if you get it. So I think you guys really need to focus on your application for now. And yeah, please look into APU. I think you will not regret your decision. Thank you.
That's a great point of advice. The student life, experiencing life, and all at the same time doing it in a less burdened way financially. Fatin.
So Maliha said some serious stuff. I want to say something fun. So like about APU, one thing that I would advise, like if you are able to get in and when you come, make lots of friends, meet with people of lots of cultures, with lots of countries, but also make friends, like make some have some Bangladeshi friends as well. Like learn more and try to grow more and increase your mental horizon. APU is one of the best places in my opinion for that, where we can get this kind of environment at such a low tuition fee and with so many facilities given to us. So try to research more, as Leon said. Try to compare with other universities, and then make your decision. And I hope to see you all in APU next year, inshallah.
Wonderful. Leon, any last advice for our
Yeah,
students?
basically Fatin and Maliha cover everything. So I would just want to say, like, don't wait. Apply now. Okay. And before Maliha and Fatin is leaving, they have 1 more year. So apply now, come to campus and you can still meet them next semester.
Yes, our celebrity students. It's
Yes.
wonderful.
Yeah. So thank you so
Leon,
much.
it was such a pleasure to have you. And those of you who are listening or live or who will come back to this and listen later on, thank you so much for spending your time. As you can see, it has been a great privilege for us to work with APU. It has changed all our lives for the better, including mine. So we really are looking forward to you applying and joining APU. Once again, thank you so much. And, hope to see you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank